Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Celebrity Big Brother recap. This is for day 12. I hope you're all having a great evening tonight. We start off at 9:36 a.m. and she's super grumpy. She's packing and wants to go. She seems pretty pissed. Goes to the bedroom, and Darren tries to calm her down and make her stay. She's like on a rampage. Chris and Stephanie are talking about her putting Daniela up for nominations, and if Stephanie thinks that Daniela is mad at her. Chris doesn't know if she's mad, but says that Stephanie needs to find out if Daniela is. She said at least Daniela said that stuff to her face so that she didn't have to see it on TV afterwards. 10:54 a.m. David is in Big Brother's spare room. He's not feeling well. Stephanie is talking to Daniela in the toilet and apologizes for putting her up for nominations, and Daniela's fine with it. Jeremy is swimming and talking to Tiffany about him putting her up for nominations, and she's fine with it. Angie is again talking to Big Brother. 1:37 p.m. Still in the diary room talking to Big Brother. Megan is telling Scotty about a story about sleeping with an ex's friend because he cheated on her. And he gets all mad, and she's like, I don't understand why he's getting mad. Like, the guy cheated on me. He hurt me. And Jeremy's like, because he doesn't want that to happen to him. And she's like, well, then he shouldn't cheat on me. And it won't happen. John and Christina are talking about Angie. Back to Angie. She says she's really pissed because she was so tired. She comes into the kitchen, and Darren gives her a hug. 4:04 p.m. There's a task. 2 teams need to balance a pair of scales with gunk. Each team has someone on the team who's trying to wreck the task, but secretly, they're all going to ruin the task. They end up having fun with the thing. The green team puts a little bit of stuff in, but it doesn't matter. It turns into a huge fight with sludge going everywhere. They sabotage the task all right. Oh, excuse me. They must decide who on each team was the saboteur. Stephanie says Chris is the saboteur for the green team, and John says that Gemma is the saboteur for the pink team. Big Brother reveals the secret, and they all were the saboteur. They get a party for winning the task at 8:05 p.m. The party starts. They are all dressed up. Gemma and Chris are locked in the cage because they were decided they were the ones who were the sabotagers, even though it was all of them. So they have to go, oh, Carter. The dog's yawning too. Gemma says she isn't playing games anymore. Games are supposed to be fun, but they're never fun. Tiffany and Stephanie say they need gash music to play. So Big Brother starts giving them some music. Everyone dances around. Tiffany does a body shot of Jeremy. 9:29 p.m. Chris and Gemma get out of jail. Megan asks Scotty T if he's seeing someone on the outside, and he says he's not single. And she looks at him like, what? And he's like, I'm joking. Not very funny with Stephanie right there. 9:50 p.m. Big Brother has a party game. They are given questions, and they must answer the questions with who they think best fits the statement. Just honestly, who fits it. Angie says that Scotty says that he would miss Megan. Angie says that Tiffany would be a beast in bed. Megan would be least like to be locked in a room with John. John thinks that John's question is, who does the person think they're above everyone? He says he wishes he could pick himself, but instead he picks Gemma. Gemma wishes she could evict Christina because she's pregnant. Darren says the least famous person is Tiffany, and they kind of have a little row over that. 10:46 p.m. Christina talks to John about being Russian and how that kind of makes her less of a kiss ass and more like stand by her like beliefs and stuff. And she thinks that it might have hurt her in business. Gemma tells Tiffany John is boring and can't believe Christina is talking to her. In the garden, Jeremy, Scotty, and Chris are talking about the attraction. Jeremy says he can't help it. Scotty says he doesn't realize that he isn't actually attracted to her. It's just because they're in the house together. Jeremy says he is. Scotty asks if they kissed. He says yes, under the sheets. Scotty says, but was it a peck? And he pretty much says no. I guess he does say it was a peck, and I'm saying, but was it a peck? Tiffany, it's my brother, so I will be right back. I think I ended with talking about Jeremy kissing under the sheets with Stephanie. Tiffany and Gemma continue in the bedroom about Christina being in John's corner. And Tiffany says she needs Gemma in her corner. They say that Christina looks bored talking to John. 11:03 p.m. Jeremy is having an early night. Stephanie bugs him and he says, leave me alone. Why are you bugging me? Stephanie says, you are being rude. Daniela, Chris, and Tiffany talk about their first impression of Tiffany. Daniela has started to really like Tiffany. Jeremy explains to Stephanie he's just done. He isn't a dog. She's almost crying at this point. He says he's doing all of this. Her doing all of this is too much for him. He says the affection thing needs to stop. And she says, it is. And he's like, no, like now it needs to stop. I'm finishing it. Stephanie protests more. He says he can't understand how she can do what she's doing, playing him while she has a boyfriend. She can't fuck with his head. Gemma is kind of like listening in. 12:31 a.m. Gemma is telling Daniela about the conversation Jeremy and Stephanie were having. Stephanie or Jeremy are in the living room. Stephanie says she doesn't want to lose him because he makes her laugh and smile. Christina gossip with Megan and Scotty about the Jeremy and Stephanie drama in the living room. Stephanie says she likes him. She likes Jeremy, but she has a boyfriend. She's worried about the boyfriend that Jeremy says is just because you're in the house. She's like, I can't remember him. I don't remember what his voice is like. Just drama. More gossip in the bedroom about them kissing under the covers. 1:07 a.m. Stephanie and Jeremy are in bed under the covers, and Gemma walks by. Scotty says, you're getting it on under the sheets. And Stephanie just like laughs. Gemma confronts Stephanie about kissing under the covers, and Stephanie lies. Chris comes over to Stephanie. Stephanie tells Gemma, who the fuck are you talking to me? Gemma says you're a disgrace, making Jeremy look bad. Jeremy gets out of bed, goes to his bed, then gets up and tries to go to Stephanie and calm her down, and then drags her out of the bedroom. 1:15 a.m., Big Brother calls Stephanie to the diary room. She calls Gemma a cunt, but also says she has taken it too far with Jeremy. Megan and Gemma are talking about the situation, and Megan says it makes her feel awkward. Gemma says it's childish. Megan says she knows it's wrong, so that's why she's trying to blame everyone else. Gemma upset her boyfriend on the outside. Gemma is upset that the boyfriend is getting hurt on the outside. Gemma says she's showed her real colors. Stephanie had said, who are you? You're not famous. You're from a Towie reality show, to Gemma. Back in the diary room, Stephanie is still complaining about Gemma and calls her a big-headed cunt. 4:23 a.m. Stephanie is in her own spare room ranting about Gemma being a diva, and she wants out of the house. Most of the housemates have been asleep. Gemma all of a sudden freaks out and thinks there's a ghost in the house. She wants the fire exit door open now. She said she saw eyes in the glass looking at her. Megan is also freaked out. End of show, with Stephanie still in the spare bedroom completely freaking the fuck out. So anyways, that's our recap for this day's Celebrity Big Brother. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.